Good afternoon, everyone. It is good to be back with you for another edition of the Coaching Corner. My name is Kirk. I want to chat with you about a couple of things as we get into it today. I see several of you are chiming in. I want to chat with you about getting out of your comfort zone. Now, I know I'm a broken record where this is concerned. If you've been following along for the last couple of months in the Coaching Corner, you know that this is an area that I have been focusing on. It is an area that I keep on revisiting because it is an area I believe that is holding many of us back from experiencing true transformation, true growth. There's a quote from Dale Carnegie that says, "Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy." I want to repeat it again. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. Even action that results in failure, I want to be clear, breeds confidence and courage because you've developed a muscle of taking action. And when you develop that muscle of taking action, you're setting yourself up for repeating that particular step. And what is that step, you might ask? It's taking action. Taking action. Inaction, conversely, breeds doubt and fear. Inaction. What have you decided today to not take action on? Maybe this week, maybe this month, maybe as we close out the year, there's something that you decided, you know what, since it's November, I'm just going to go ahead and wait until January. I'm going to wait until 2025 to be able to take action on that thing. And you know what you've done by pushing it off? You know what you've done by practicing inaction? You have told yourself it's okay to not move right now. And that statement, that realization, that practice is something that will be indelibly impressed on your mind, on your body, on your spirit. It's okay for me to pump brakes and not take action right now. It's okay for me to push this off until there's a more ideal time. It's okay for me to succumb to that inner voice that says, you're really not ready. Nobody wants to hear you. This thing is going to flop. You see, because inaction gives more time for the doubt and the fear to do its perfect work. I want to be clear, y'all. The clients that I have that are killing the game, they still have doubt and they still have fear. It's just that their constant and consistent, repetitive practice of taking action breeds confidence and it breeds courage. And one of the things that I absolutely love when I see a coaching client get here, I recognize I'm probably at a point where I can't take them any further. When they lean into the doubt and the fear, when they lean into it saying, even if it doesn't work out, I'm still going to take this opportunity to fail so that I can be that much better. I can be that much more ahead of my competition the next time. Here's the truth. Those who started creating content 2 years ago have a 2-year head start on those who have not created content yet. I know it's not a race. It's not supposed to be a competition. But the truth is, they have 2 years of experience, 2 years of examples, 2 years of content that they can look back on and review and innovate. They have 2 years of learning. I hope. I hope they didn't just do it for 2 years the wrong way. The point being, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. Confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit home and think about it. Because thinking about it means we we naturally go towards the worst case scenario. We naturally make that thing far larger and more magnanimous and more insurmountable than it could ever be in real life. Don't sit home and think about it. Go out, put one foot in front of the other. Get action. Get into action. Get into action. The comfort zone. The comfort zone is where greatness goes to die. The comfort zone is where greatness goes to die. But I want to be clear. There are many definitions of the comfort zone. The comfort zone can also be a state of inactivity. A state where you're allowing those doubts and fears to compound and get bigger. And they get to a place where you've convinced yourself nothing can be done. There is no action that I could take. There is no move there's no steps that I can implement. There is nothing that I can do to move towards my goals, towards my dreams, towards the things I would love to achieve. That's where we want to start off with today as we dive into our coaching corner. Let's go. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. It is so good to be back with you yet again. This is the Coaching Corner. This is the Coaching Corner, and I'm always excited to be able to come and rock with you guys on Wednesdays at noon for the Coaching Corner. My name is Kirk Nugent, get to serve as your host for this space. This is where we pull aside for a little bit in the middle of the week, in the middle of the middle, I like to call it, in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day. Pull aside for a little bit, step into the corner, and they pull out that three-legged chair and you're able to sit down and rest a while. Rest from the hustle, rest from the grind, rest from the criticism, rest from the failures. I want to say this, rest from the victories. Victories can be taxing as well. You can rest a while here at the Coaching Corner. And in that time of rest, we're going to call it active resting. We're going to call it active resting because in that time of rest, we don't just sit there and slump over. We don't sit there and just breathe heavy. We sit there and somebody's working on your arm. Somebody's massaging your shoulder. Somebody's wiping your brow. Somebody's tending to those cuts and bruises that you got from being in the battle. Somebody is whispering into your ear, you're doing this well, but you're missing this piece. You're killing the game over here, but you're missing an opportunity right here. Somebody is giving you the benefit of their perspective because they're watching you as you've been in the fight. Yeah. And that's a coach. And that's exactly what I love to do. That's what I feel called to do. I feel like that's the thing God has purposed me to do here on this earth, is to coach people in their content journey as they continue to use online video to discover or rediscover or realize their dreams. You want to use content or online video to grow and engage an audience, to funnel clients to your business, or to establish yourself as a thought leader in a given space, you've come to the right place. The Coaching Corner, every Wednesday at noon, we'd love to have you come and hang out with us. And in fact, we have a membership community that is designed with this particular premise, this particular concept in mind. Everyone in the Workers Warehouse, and we got a chance to welcome 2 new members this week, but everybody that's in the Workers Warehouse is there. Not just me, but the entire community is there, and we are learning from one another. We are sharing our wins. We're asking questions. We're gaining feedback from others who may be in a totally different niche, a totally different content area, doing a totally different type of live show. And I love it because it's in the mix of all of our experiences that we are all improved and better. Now I get to serve as the host. I get to serve as kind of the curator I get to serve as really your coach. And what does that really mean? It means that I will provide whatever the resources are necessary in that space, both here on YouTube and in the Workers Warehouse, for you to be able to be successful. Now, there are some things that cost money. Let's just keep that. That's just the truth of it. I don't know why my light is deciding today to knock on things, but there are some things that cost money. That's just the real of it. That's the long and short of it. That's the reality that we have to face. And so because things do cost money, the Workers Warehouse is where we put that investment. If you are a member on YouTube, there's some investment that we're making there as well. But if you are just rocking with us, and many of you are, 9,750 subscribers strong, trying to get to that 10,000 mark before the end of the year. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd love for you to be able to help us. But if you're rocking with us on YouTube, that's okay. That's okay as well. Your subscribe, your views, your comments help us to reach our goals. And if there are things that you would love to see us put out, content you'd love for us to be able to focus on, videos that you would love to be able to do, I'd love for you to be able to share that with us, because I will create that video. Now, my moderators are in the chat, and I'm seeing a lot of activity. I'm going to jump into the comments in just a second, but I want to say this. The Coaching Corner, today's Coaching Corner, I don't have a guest. 2 times a month, I do have a guest, if somebody has scheduled, but the other 2 times a month, I purposefully don't have a guest because I want to spend time answering your questions. And today's Coaching Corner is just one such a session where your questions are my agenda. If there's some question you have about content creation, something about YouTube, about analytics, about thumbnails and descriptions, if there's something you want to figure out, how can I hack this to make it shorter, to make it more palatable, to get over this hurdle so that I can get my content out there in a more consistent way. If there is a question about a particular platform, be it Ecamm or EVMux or StreamYard or Restream or Riverside FM, whatever it might be, if you have that question, go ahead and put a Q colon in front of it. We want to answer that question for you today. Okay, with that said, let's get into our comments section real quick. Enea was first to the punch today. She says, hey, Kirk. Hey, thank you so much for being with us, Enea. The mod squad is in full effect. I see Dr. Vibe Show is here with us. Tracy is here as well. She says, hi, Kirk and Enea. Love that. Social Fire E-Church is with us today. Says, good morning. It's maybe you're on the West Coast, Social Fire, because I am definitely here in the Central Time Zone, which I like to call the Lord's Time Zone, and it is after 12 o'clock, after noon here, so it is afternoon. But if it's good morning to you, then we'll say good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for being with us today. I don't know if I've seen your handle. Maybe you're under a different account today or something, but I have not seen your handle before. So I want to say a word of welcome to you and thank you for coming and hanging out with us here at the Coaching Corner. I see moderators are in the chat doing their great work. Always good to have the moderators doing their thing. You don't have to be confident all the time, just at the right time. You don't have to be confident all the time, just at the right time. Come on. Social Fire E-Church says, this is good stuff. Breaking the Silence BTS podcast with Nikki Nicole says, hello, tapping into support. Need this today. Come on. I'm excited that you're here, Nikki. Excited that you're rocking with us. Excited that you have carved out some time in the middle of the day to be able to rock with us. Florence Donald is with us today. Thank you so much. Another one of our moderators. I want to say moderator salute to you as well. And she's already putting the links up. Yes, you can join us in the warehouse, the Workers Warehouse. That's the link for it right there. And you can definitely join us in the warehouse. I just realized that I totally forgot to stream to go here. I totally forgot to stream to Facebook today. That's unfortunate. I want to get into the rhythm of getting back on Facebook. I don't think I can add that while live, but either way, Facebook fam, we'll be back next week. That's all I can say. Oh man, moderator salute from Mr. David Hunt. Thank you so much for coming through and hanging out with us today. Oh, Camille Nash is here. She says, hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well. Camille, I want to thank you yet again for coming through and hanging out with us last Wednesday. She was in the hot seat, y'all. And the things that we went over. Listen, if you didn't catch last week's Coaching Corner, you missed a lot. We got a chance to take a look at her entire YouTube channel, look at some of the things that she's killing, some of the things that she's doing well, and some opportunities that she's missing, and give her real-time feedback and support. And if you want just such a feedback, just such support, there's a QR code at the top of the screen right there that says scan for coaching. Would love for you to be able to check that out. We would love to have you come on the show. We give one free coaching session per person per year. So if you want to jump on and hang out with me and we take a look at your platforms, your channel, or if you're just getting started out and you want to jump on and just kind of figure out what should I even talk about, let me talk to you and see what this is like. Definitely scan that QR code and let's make it happen. Thank you again, Camille, for being here with us today. Always good. This is the format right there. That's how you do your questions. So I'm glad that our moderators have that thing situated. Social Fire Eater says, I'm from Seattle. Yes, it's definitely morning for you, sir. And we're excited that you're here with us today. Tora, thank you so much for being with us. Good morning, good evening, good night all. She says she's covering all the bases. Tora, thank you so much for being with us today. Doc Bashara is with us as well. Peace, my peoples. Thank you so much for being with us as well. Ibrahim Lucas says, hi, Kirk. What's good? What's good? What's good? Listen, David Hunt, I'm gonna let this one slide, but I'm watching you, sir. I'm watching you. I'm gonna let it slide. The Central Time Zone is the right one. Dr. Vibe has a question, and I am going to jump into that once I go through a couple of these other ones in just a second. Okay. What Nugent nuggets of fire did I miss? Well, we did start out with some heat. I gave them a quote from Dale Carnegie, which says, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. And I gave, of course, some of my thoughts and reactions to that particular quote, but it's all around this whole concept of getting uncomfortable. You were here for that last time. Get uncomfortable. The comfort zone has many different addresses. Oh gosh, I feel that one. Sometimes you come up with these things on the fly and you're like, man, I've got to write that down. The comfort zone has many different addresses, and you may think you're navigating away from the comfort zone. You're just going to a different comfort zone at a different address. And the comfort zone that we're talking about today is the comfort zone of inactivity. Yeah. Some of you thought you were visiting there, and yet what you're really doing is you're setting up residence. Inactivity, especially at this time of the year, a good friend of mine, coach, actually, mentor, says to me, the success that you want to experience in 2025 starts with how you close the year out in 2024. What are you putting in place? What are you reflecting on? What are you going to improve? What is your plan for January? It's November now. I can't tell you how many people is like, oh, I want to launch this in 2025. There's nothing special about January. It's just another day. If the calendar was flipped around, we wouldn't even know what day January 1 is. Okay? January 1 could be March 13th for all I care. It's nothing special about it. But inactivity says, maybe if I can just give myself this little crutch of saying, I'll start. No. How about you start on December 8th? What is special about January 1st? Nothing. The only thing that's special about it is that you gave yourself a month and a half of inactivity. And in that month and a half, you've given your doubts and fears time to clobber you. Action breeds confidence and courage. Take the next step today. Every time Tora comes in here, she comes in here asking these questions, and it messes me up. You threw me all the way off of my stuff today. I'm supposed to be entering some questions. I've got two of them starred. One of them is from you. One of them is from Dr. Vibe. I'm gonna get those things set up here in just a minute. It was my pleasure. Next level advancement for everyone. Take advantage of the opportunity. Wow, I'm in Arizona, still morning here. Well, good morning to you. Greetings and good afternoon from Toronto. T. Dot is in the house. I love that, Dr. Vibe. Waves from England. What's up, Tracy? Excited to have you with us today. I'm actually from Texas, traveling and in Seattle at the moment. Okay, dope. Thank you so much for being with us. Comfort Zone has different addresses. Come on, don't set up camp in that place. Come on, Florence. Go into 2025 at full speed. Don't be sputtering now. Come on. Come on, people. Oh my word! When you're planning for a marathon, you don't. If the marathon is on January 1, do you start running on January 1, y'all? Like, it's so self-explanatory. You don't start running on January 1. You start running now. How you are going to perform in the marathon is going to be determined by the activity you take today. Come on. I'm trying to get somebody to get uncomfortable. Get uncomfortable. Get out of that space. Stop setting up residence there. Comfort zone has many different addresses. I'm simply trying to show you, man, what you thought was a different location. Something different than the comfort zone you're used to. It's just a different comfort zone with a different address. Don't be inactive. Whew, I'm done. Go into 2025 at full speed. I never know what day it is. Lost track since I retired. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a good thing, Tracy. You're in the best shape. I mean, it's just so good to not follow these days right. And if we want to be technical, the new year actually correctly starts in March. So waiting till January, you're still off. Come on, Torah. Come on. We don't really know none of this stuff. That's just, these are time-boxed intervals. What we've called a day is just a time-boxed interval. That's okay. That's why they have daylight savings time, and it shifts things around and it messes everybody up. I wish they would cancel that thing. That's a whole nother story for another time. Your January is today. Love that. Come on. I'm trying to get Kirk on the straight and narrow. Thank you, David. Let me get back to my questions. I've got 2 questions. If you have a question, go ahead and put a Q colon in there. My New Year is my birthday every year, not January. It's June for me. Boom. Look at that. My birthday is in August. I never thought of it that way, Camille. That is so good. People telling me that, oh, January, I want to launch in January. January, I want to start. There's nothing special about January. In fact, good friend of mine who is a gym head, he avoids the gym like the plague January, February. Why? Because all of the New Year's resolutioners are in there, clogging up the place. They ain't gonna be there for nothing but 2 weeks. Why? Because we feel like there's something special about January. No, I can't be bothered. With it. January is not the time frame. Your success in 2025, in Q1 2025, is gonna be determined by the plans, the strategies that you put in place now, Q4. Every business owner knows this. And if you're a content creator, you're a content entrepreneur, you are a business. Nobody said that to you before. Let me be the first. You are a business. You are a brand. Your success in 2025 is going to be determined by what you do today, not just in January. It's going to be determined by what you do today. Okay. Oh my. All right, let me see what Torah's gonna say that. I trained for a whole year to run the full marathon and still blew out and only finished the half marathon. Listen to me. You're not gonna start practicing on the day of. My friend, Living Water Quilting, this is Geraldine. She is here with us today. She's got a dope channel. This is somebody who follows all of the things. She stays within her niche. And she is constantly innovating. She's been able to speak on different stages, and she has created an entire other lane, and it is phenomenal to see. I love it. And I use her channel as an example for people all the time because she is killing the game in what she does. Quite literally created a micro niche, and she has set herself up as an authority figure. You've got to go to Geraldine if you're talking about quilting, if you're talking about content creation. Man, brand deals. Geraldine is on it. And I love when my fellow creators come through and hang out because I get a chance to highlight them. Like, click on that avatar, y'all. Go check out her channel. It's not so much that this is something that you're into. I'm simply saying this is somebody who understands her why, recognizes her value proposition, and is laser focused on speaking specifically to her target audience. And because of those things, she's experiencing the success that she's experiencing. And I want to be clear, the success she's experiencing is not going to be measured by subscriber count, even though she is growing in that area. The success she's experiencing is going to be predetermined by what she has defined as success. And for her, it's growing and engaging an audience. It's funneling clients to her business, allowing her stages and rooms to be able to speak in and to consult. The brand deals that she's able to bring in, her success is defined by her, and she's able to move directly towards that by being clear on value proposition. Having a rock solid why and speaking clearly to her target audience. All right, I just wanted to just shout her out. I hope she's still around, but y'all make sure you go ahead and check out her channel. This is somebody in the coaching corner. One of the things that I love to do is highlight people who I know they get it. Take some time to get it, but as they say, by beholding you become changed. Let me say it a different way. Success leaves clues, and so when you find somebody who's successful, you go and look at it. You go and follow behind it so you can pick up some of those breadcrumbs. A good friend of mine, somebody that I look up to in the voiceover space, his name is Alvin Chia. And he's the bass from Take 6. That's what most people know him from, but he is a monster in the voiceover game. And one of the things I remember chatting with him, we had him on the How It All Works show, and we chatted with him about a number of different things. I've shared this story before. If you heard it before, it's okay. I'm going to share it again. But we chatted about a number of things, and he was talking about different people who mentored him in this voiceover game, in this voice actor world. And I was like, dope. Talk to me about the process that it takes. Actually, something just clicked in my mind. Mini scene, Tracy and Geraldine, you guys should actually really look to do some kind of collab because of the space that both of you guys are in. That's actually really a no-brainer, but that's neither here nor there. I'll make sure to make that Geraldine comes into the workers' warehouse so that we can have her chat with us at some point, Tracy. But I spoke to Alvin Chia about what did you have to do? What was the process you went through to be mentored by these people? And he said, what do you mean? I was like, how did you get them to, bring you in as a mentor? Because, sometimes you want somebody to mentor you, but they don't necessarily, agree. And maybe they don't have space. Maybe that's not something that they're into. And he was like, I've never met them before. I said, what? He said, I've never met them before. I've never met them before. I said, how did they mentor you and you've never met them? He said, because I just followed. I followed their career. I followed their path. I followed their trajectory. I followed the pivots and the shifts that they made. And I looked for information and interviews to understand why they did the things that they did. I followed them. They mentored me, and I never met them. Because success leaves clues. Because by beholding, you become changed. Because if you want to be successful, you've got to get around people who are successful in the areas you want to be successful, whether they'll mentor you or not. Is that clear? Y'all, I'm in a different mode today. I'm in a different mode today. Listen, I'm watching from my first 9-day Caribbean retreat collaboration with 2 top-tier instructors in the industry. Come on. That's a slam dunk. Come on, Geraldine. You out here killing them. Why? Because she's laser focused on what she's doing. She's laser focused on what she's doing. Okay. Okay. Let me pull it down. Let me bring it back down. Bring it back down. Okay. All right. We got some questions. Here's one. Do you do your own editing? If you do, what software do you use? So the answer is yes and no. The answer is yes and no. The answer is yes and no. So let me start with the no. The no is because I have a video editor that I have actually a team of video editors I work with, but one in particular, his name is JD, and he does a lot of the videos that you see on the channel, especially like the morning motivation produced versions, some of my coaching videos. He edits those videos, and for a long time he edited every video. But I have since kind of transitioned back into doing some of the editing for my how-to videos. And both he and I use a software called DaVinci Resolve. Now, there is 2 versions of it. There's a free version of DaVinci Resolve, and then there's this paid version of DaVinci Resolve. And it is a black magic software. It's an industry standard software for video editing, and it especially from the perspective of color correction. Color correction, even if somebody edits in a different software, they are going to use DaVinci to color correct that bad boy. So that's a whole nother story for another time. But what I'll say is, the software itself has a free version, but if you have a Blackmagic camera, several different things. I mean, even with the ATEM Mini Extreme Pro ISO, you can get a license that will allow you to upgrade to the paid version. So that's exactly what happened with me. I didn't necessarily pay for the paid version, but I do have the ATEM software, and I got it for a client. The client was like, I don't care about this, the license that comes with it. I took the license and I used that license to upgrade my DaVinci to the other version. Even if you don't have a code from buying a particular piece of gear, the paid version of DaVinci Resolve is really not that expensive. It's a one-time fee for life, and it is absolutely awesome. Now, I want to say this as well very quickly. For the videos that I edit myself, there is a lot of prep that I do for the videos that I'm recording that I know I'm going to edit myself in Ecamm. So Ecamm and DaVinci Resolve is how I edit my video. And I want to be clear, you guys are watching a live video right now. This entire experience, in my opinion, is an edited video. It's an edited video that you get a chance to consume. Like the overlay that's on screen right now, that's video editing, but it's just live. The top-down shot that I'm trying to figure out why it's not showing up. Okay, here we go. So this is my host plus top-down. Oh, I don't know what happened to my. All right, let's get this going. So host plus top-down. This is another scene that I have created, and boom, here we are. That you can see my top-down. This is video editing, but it isn't. It's live video editing, if that makes sense. And so what I do is a lot of prep work in Ecamm to ensure that I am able to my Amazon web. But anyway, you get the idea of it, is that if I need to add any of these components into what I'm doing, I can add them in using Ecamm. And because Ecamm enables me to record ISO, let me show that to you real quick. So here's Ecamm. You're seeing my whole screen right now. When you go into the settings, preferences, and you go to recording, notice all of this is grayed out right now. So I'm actually not recording today's show, but if you look, oh, let's get my mouse going here. But if you look right here, right, it says isolated video tracks. I can record my camera, and I can record, so I can record me, just my camera, and I can record what's on screen as the production. Does that make sense? So I'm able to record both at the same time. I can record the top-down camera. That's the USB video. I can record the BTS shot. Whatever I want to record, I can record all of them at the same time. And then in post, as I'm editing, I have a lot of options to be able to shift things around. And so a lot of video editing, whether it's harder or easier, it comes down to how you were able to prepare for the video. One of the things I've actually started doing fairly often, actually, is I now ensure that I maybe do a screen grab of a particular piece of something that I'm going to show, so that I have it and I can just plug it in to Ecamm, so that as I'm recording, I can just tap my foot on the Stream Deck pedal, and that allows me to put my stuff right where I want it to be in the video. So live video editing is utilizing platforms like Ecamm to actually piece the video together live. Somebody sends you a video clip, somebody has this, you want to respond to something, you want to react to something, just create scenes for all of them. You don't necessarily have to drop them on a timeline. You create scenes for them, and you get to hit record, and you go through those scenes, and you actually are editing your video just like that. So there's a lot that I do in Ecamm long before I ever put it in DaVinci Resolve to clean it up, to put the music on it, to chop off the beginning and the end, and to clip out some of the pieces that I maybe made some flubs or mistakes. But I'll be honest with you, a lot of the videos I do, I just, boom, record it and put it out there. So Ecamm is at the core even when my video editor edits my videos, I'm still recording them with Ecamm. And that has been a game changer for me. Oh, I see my guy, Monty Weaver is on the live. He said, just got my Stream Deck pedal. It's still in the box though. Nah, son, I had to get that joint set up. Okay. Let me do some real quick. Let me do something real quick. One sec. Okay, I just had to go and grab this. I had to go and grab this. Yeah, since we got legends like Geraldine and Monty on the live, I had to grab this. I'm gonna jump into this in just a second. All right, let me see what we got. So hopefully, Dr. Vibe, I was able to answer that question. DaVinci Resolve. Let me go up here a little bit. Okay, that's a great idea, Kirk. Geraldine, if you're up for it, a cross-craft collab would be great fun. I am going to ensure that I put the two of you together so that magic can ensue, because I think that's going to be absolutely awesome. That's the cheat code, mentored from afar. Walk the steps out. Come on, that's it, Camille. Let me tell you, sometimes just the mere existence of a person in inspirational and mentorable is inspirational and mentorable. It's so true. Anthony says, mentoring me, my friend, you are mentoring me. So I can't tell you how much I'm just so excited about what's happening with my guy, Anthony T. Latson, and his channel and some of the things that he's experiencing right now. It's coming together, and it's beautiful to be able to see that happen in real time. And I'm cheering you on from the sidelines, my friend. I come in and check it out every now and again. David Hunt says, JD is amazing. That's my video editor. Blackmagic keyboard or speed editor also gets you the license as well. I agree with that. I just don't feel like they're necessarily necessary. Ibrahim, I see your question. I will come to that in a second. Keisha is here. Hello. I'm late, but I wanted to hear from Captain Kirk. Come on. Starfleet streamers. Let's go. That's never gonna end. 2 cameras makes a huge difference, both on live and on recorded. 2 cameras makes a massive difference. I love that. Moderators are doing their good things in the chat. Folks, Kirk always has top live stream tips for your business. The notes, come on. Come on. I just love being able to shout out my people. And sorry, Misty Joe, right? I just love shouting out my people. My moderators are doing such a great job. I came in through the side door, LOL. I love that. I hope you brought the biscuits, she says. That's priceless. Moderators are doing the phenomenal work in the chat. Let me do this real quick. I want to catch these questions. So here's another question from Tora. She says, Kirk, what's up with your sleeve for using Notebook LM? What's up your sleeve for using Notebook LM? Now, listen, I feel like, so give me a little, I don't want to assume. You want to know how I'm using it, or talk to me. Give me a little more on that question, Tora, because I'm hesitant to just kind of jump out there and answer, because I feel like you are a monster in your own right, and you have more to that question. So I want to pose it back to you. First of all, share with everybody what Notebook is, and then let's hash out some of the ways that I use it. I know there are some other applications that I use as well, and we'll talk through some of those in just a second. Ibrahim says, how do you get your insert shots of different actor with the correct words in your pre-edit, like the morning motivation? Actually, we just did an entire class on this. It's called Video Editing Essentials. And Ibrahim, I believe you are a member on YouTube. Is that correct? Maybe not, because I don't see the dot next to your name. But I thought you were. But either way, members on YouTube, which is $9 a month, you have access to the Video Editing Essentials class. And we talk about those in that video. I'm just trying to remember the name of it. Does anybody that was at the class have those written down? Maybe Maybe David Hunt or Tracy or Florence. Any of you guys remember writing down what he said? There's two websites in particular that he took us to that's where he gets those yeah, that's where he gets those clips from. What's the name of it? Does anybody remember those? I know I wrote them down. Man, I'm at a loss. I know I put them in the chat is what I should say. I put them in the chat, but I don't remember the actual links. Okay, I'm gonna find them, Ibrahim. I'm gonna find them before the show is over, and I'm gonna share them with you. I'm not trying to gatekeep. I think that the platforms are really good. I just need to remember. Yeah, I need to remember. It's not gonna do it. It's not gonna do it. Let's go to. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. And I will. And once I do, go to okay. He talked about. To come through and hang out with us. Let me see here. And I edit faster. I'll have to find it. I'll have to find it and maybe just post it in the community tab on the channel, Ibrahim. But my apologies for not having that readily available. But yes, there is two different sites that he goes to. Yes. Okay, Pexels and Pixabay are the two sites. Thank you. Look at that. The community is just so dope. But yes, JD mentioned one of these. I don't recall exactly which one of the two he mentioned, but those are these are sites, Ibrahim, that you can go to that actually have these clips. You can just type in the phrase that you're looking for, and it'll give you clips from different movies and animated things where you can pull those right in. You can download that clip and drop it right into your video. So these are I don't know if it was Pixabay, but I know definitely Pexels. But these are some of the sites. And like I said, the community is so dope. People have already figured out where exactly they are, and we're gonna get that thing going. Okay, cool. I see. So I don't know if Tora is still with us, but Tora, if you can do a follow up on that question that we had asked, that I asked you in terms of Notebook LM, I would love to be able to respond. Okay. This is Tracy. She says, Kirk, you seem to do so much. How on earth do you manage your time? I'm not gonna lie. I could not disagree with you more. Like this today, I got up, I took the kids to school. I checked in on my morning motivation video, which released on YouTube, LinkedIn, and my speaker page on Facebook called Kirk Nugent Speaks. I made sure that was going, took the kids to school, came back home, did my worship, hung out with the wife for just a few minutes. She had to go do something at the kids' school. Then I cut the grass. I mean, I did all the things. I edged it, I cut it, I blew it off, I swept up. Then I came inside the house. I did a 35-minute workout with Amuela Caesar off of Body, which is a subscription I have, kind of like Hulu, but it's just for workouts. And I did that workout. He's got something called Performance Academy, and it's like for athletes who are trying to train. I love that workout. It was such a great workout today. After that, I was able to just sit down, and as I was kind of catching my breath and resting before taking a shower, I jumped on the phone. I have times scheduled in the day where I'm either responding to comments on YouTube or I'm in the 3 communities on Facebook where I'm trying to add value: StreamYard, EVMux, and Ecamm. So I went in those communities, I saw some questions, I responded to some stuff, I engaged with some people in there, took a shower, came upstairs, got everything set and ready, and went live for the show. Why I share that my day with you today is because my Wednesday, so Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays are my days to really work with clients. Today in particular, I didn't actually have a coaching call, so sometimes I may have to work a coaching call in there. But I always have Wednesdays at noon for the coaching corner. Why I'm sharing all this is to say, it may seem like it's much, but I really plan times to refill into my day. So one of the things that I've shared this with you before, Tracy. One of the things I absolutely love to do is to cut grass. Like I can more than afford to have somebody cut the grass for me, but cutting the grass refills me. I don't know, something about the lines in the grass. I don't know what it is. I love it. I cut the grass and I get ideas for more content. I get ideas for things I can do in the workers' warehouse. I get ideas for how I can expand my business and provide different types of services. And I will sometimes have to run back inside and write those ideas down. And so my grass cutting time is a non-negotiable time. One of the things I absolutely love about the way my week is structured, because I am an entrepreneur, because I am a content entrepreneur, is I get to structure my week. I am a digital content specialist at the media ministry where I work, and I'm there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm also media pastor at my church, so I have responsibilities tonight for Wednesday night prayer meeting. I have responsibilities on Sabbath for the worship experience. And sometimes I'll go to the church on Friday just to kind of make sure everything is set and ready for Saturday. But I also go in conjunction with my kids who have choir practice and different other youth group things that they want to get into. I don't feel like I'm busy. In fact, one of the things that my mentor told me, and I'm sharing with you, is that if you feel like you're busy, you've got to reassess, plan some time into your schedule for you to just kind of chill, for you to just kind of take it easy and go with the flow. You can't always be on, no. you gotta have opportunities and space. Even when I travel to speak and to present and to do workshops, I build in buffers and times where I'm able to just kind of sit in the hotel room and chill, where I'm able to just kind of reflect. How did the day go? How did last week go? You know what? Let me call my dad. Let me call my sister. Let me check in. You know what? My son just knocked the PSAT out of the park. Let's do something special for him. I don't know. I don't know how else to say that. So, but I share all of this to say is a long-winded, I don't know any other way to give an answer except for long-winded, but as a long-winded answer to your question, Tracy, I don't feel I'm that busy. How do I manage my time? I build in breaks. I build in breaks. I build in intentional time for the things that I know they're going to get me the results I am looking for. I want to lose some weight. I don't necessarily want to be chiseled, even though I wouldn't mind it. But I would love to be able to do some of these competitions that I constantly watch. I'm a huge CrossFit fan. I don't know if I'll ever compete, but I would love to. I don't know. There's some things that I did that just refill me. Even exercise, working out, it clears my mind. It sets the tone for the day. And so for the rest of the day, I don't feel frantic and rushed. I tell you another thing that a mentor of mine helped me to practice. And sometimes I have to sit, well, not sometimes. Now I've gotten into a rhythm of it, but I have had to learn that no is a full sentence, that I can say no and decline gracefully and not have to be part of certain things, and it'll work out. So I hope that's that answers the question. I think it's kind of a totally different spin on it, but I have a VA, but we work in a very interesting way together. some of the stuff she does, some of the stuff I do, and so there are some weeks that I do the stuff, some weeks where she doesn't. She just kind of puts in the time that she does work for me, and we take care of her. But there are weeks where I'm like, hey, this, next month it's all you. I need you to do these things because I'm traveling or something like that, or I'll say, hey, you know what, let's sit down next Sunday and schedule out the different things that we need to go out for the month of December, and we'll do that. I like to do my work in blocks so that I have latitude and freedom to be able to just kind of do some of the other things, have capacity within my schedule to be spontaneous and take on a project that I didn't know was coming. So those are some of the things that I like to do, and I think that's the over time that I've learned that's what works best for me, and I hope that that's helpful. I hope that that's useful for you as well. Okay, Pexels and Pixabay, they are for videos and pics, but I don't think they have memes. Notebook LM is a podcasting game changer that's been handling my scripts, planning, research, show notes, and transcript analysis. No, I know. I would just so that's what it's been. You've been using it for. So what did you want? I have used it, but I'm not. It's not my primary go-to. So what did you? I'm using Taja.ai to do my chapters and my description, and it helps me with the title, but I tweak them. It gives me something to work with, and I tweak them. But I don't know if I'm fully understanding your question, because I think Notebook LM is phenomenal. It's just doesn't necessarily work with my ecosystem the way that I have my stuff set up. So everybody's got to figure out what that thing is. But man, if you transcripts, oh my word, planning, research, your show notes, transcript analysis, that is absolutely awesome. I am a coach, so I'm constantly on Zoom. So I felt my money was better spent on something like an Otter.ai, which is going to come into the Zoom meeting. It's going to transcribe the meeting. It's going to give me an analysis. It's going to give me takeaways and bullet points and all that stuff. And so Otter.ai is something that I've been using for my coaching clients and my coaching sessions. And so, yeah, I love Notebook LM. I just was, again, wanting to make sure I understand your question. Hopefully I've responded well. That is really interesting, Kirk. I think the answer is you have a good structured routine and sensible priorities. Thank you. Taking time out to take care of yourself is so vital. Absolutely. Very useful. Though those don't have memes. I can't remember what site he mentioned that had the memes. I've got to figure out which one has the memes as well. Okay. Let's take a look at what I have on the table. I'm looking at my comments. I don't see questions. And so since there aren't questions and we only have 7 minutes left in the show, let's take a look. Now, I said to you guys, I gave a shout out to a good friend of mine who was on the live with us I think Monday night. Her name is Saba, and she works at Apple. And she was saying between Kirk Nugent and Ecamm is how she got the job. That's a whole nother story for another time. But I was trying to order a Mac Mini M4, and that Mac Mini has showed up just when I said it would, right? Yeah, I ordered it Monday. They said it was going to be here on Tuesday. And guess what? It's here. So just open up that box, pull that down, slide this out. And here we have the Mac Mini. Mac Mini. It's got some weight to it. I will tell you, it's got some weight to it. Come on, Monty Weaver. I knew you would like this. It's got some weight to it. So now I'm going to be able to grab this side right here, Pull that off. So satisfying. Grab this side right here and pull that off. Again, so satisfying. Unbox therapy. A little unbox therapy for your Wednesday. Flip it back over, and then, ooh, I love as the air escapes. Ta-da! Yes, indeed. The Mac Mini M4 is here. I have it in the palm of my hand, just like that. It's crazy, right? There is the back of it. What else is in the box, you might ask? We have a power cord and a little something here from Apple. I think these are just some of the Mac Mini stuff that they have here. Kind of a quick start guide. 21 of you on the live today. You didn't know you're going to see an unboxing of the new Mac Mini, did you? That's why you got to come. You never know. You can never tell what's going to happen in the coaching corner. One of the things that I keep on saying to folks, especially, in this time period where people are trying to figure out what streaming platform they're going to use, and they're, concerned, I was like, well, Cam is only for Mac. This device was, well, I did get a 15-20% discount, but this device for me was just over $500. This is a brand new Mac Mini with an M4 processor, one of the fastest processors on the market today. I got it. It can run eCam. It didn't break the bank. I mean, I would just dare say, fam, that this is a investment you can realistically make. And even if all you do with it is stream, I'm telling you, it's a great setup. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with to have them switch over their streaming rig, not everything else. All right. Let me go back to the main camera here for just a second. Not everything else. So that computer behind me, this is my laptop, okay, that you can see right here. That's my laptop. That's another teleprompter that's connected to it as a second screen for the laptop. I have my keyboard and my mouse. This is where I work. This is where I record my videos, and this is where I stream. I don't work here. I don't want any of that work stuff on this machine. I want this machine just to do one thing. That is to help me to live stream. Over here, I have my laptop. It could be a Windows machine. It could be whatever. It could be a Chromebook for all I care. It could be Ubuntu, Linux. But this is where I do my work. And so what I keep on trying to say to folks is the best streaming setup is where you have things that is dedicated. So whether the laptop is up here or not, I can have an idea, type it up in the note-taking app that I use downstairs while I'm watching TV with my family and my kids. When I'm done, I can come upstairs, pull up the same note here on this machine, the streaming and recording machine, drop it into the Elgato prompter app, and then hit record, because none of this stuff moves. It stays right here. And I want to be clear, you don't need to know how, you don't have to get intimately familiar with Mac OS in order to do that. I walk up here, I open up eCam, I hit the record button and deliver what I need to deliver. I hit the finish button. I upload that file to Google Drive. Either myself or my video editor edits that thing. I walk back downstairs to my family. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be your primary machine. Oh, I don't necessarily want to switch to Mac. This joint is $599 without the discount. $599. I think it is. $599. I can put this in a little sleeve and put it behind the monitor with a regular keyboard and mouse. You don't even know that this is a Mac. And with just that one little investment, Boom, there's Ecamm. You can see Ecamm now on the screen, and I have access to record my content, do my live shows in the way that I want to do them without having to, what's the term I'm looking for? Compromise on the experience I want my viewers to have. That is why I'm super excited about this. And it's why I wanted to be able to go ahead and get one, because I want to make sure that people understand, listen, y'all, it ain't rocket science. And it's well within reach. It's well within reach. Okay. Let me see what we got in terms of comments. Let's see what we got in terms of comments. All right. My guy, Monty Weaver, gave us a smile as soon as he saw that Mac come up. I do love unboxings. Mine are always gadgets and shiny stuff, or shiny stuff. I love that. Micah says, good afternoon, Saints, and all of the viewers. Please don't forget to like and share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much, Micah, for that. We truly appreciate it. He says, Tracy says, well said. It looks like a mini studio. I agree, David. It looks like a mini studio. This Mac Mini is really the device I don't need, but that I might buy. Keisha says, I don't need it, but I'm gonna have to get it. Now, I won't lie, I really wanted to get the M4 Pro because I was just kind of like, that's so much processing power in that little machine, but I just could not bring myself to spend $1,400 right now. So I got this for, I think it was $560, and that's only because of the Apple Care. Because I got it through a friend of mine, and she was able to, graciously give me her discount, and it showed up the next day. Ordered it on Monday morning. It showed up yesterday, midday, while I was at the office, and that's it. Yo, Richard Martin is on the live. What's going on, sir? Appreciate you for coming through and hanging out with us. Always good. Richard Martin is down in Bermuda. I like it. I like it. Kevin Cox is with us today. Kevin is a good friend and a longtime moderator. Hello, all listening in from the outdoor classroom. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Demolition News. Hey, Demolition News is actually over across the pond where you are, Tracy. So absolutely love that joint. Attention, attention. Kirk is knocking on the door of 10,000 subs. You know it's about to be party time. You know it, Demolition News. I'm excited. I'm excited, excited. We are 250 subscribers away from hitting 10,000 subscribers, and I'm super excited about that. This is a number that I've been working towards for quite some time, and I'm excited that we're rounding third base, and they're waving us in, calling us home. I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. 250 subscribers. Can we do it before the end of the year? I think we can. Plenty of time to get it done, so I'm excited about that. Yes, 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 yes. Demolition News is from across the pond, just like you. And so I'm always, checking in with him to see what time is it there? What are you doing? So we're excited about the community and some of the things that are coming together here. Bermuda, Richard Martin says, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. Listen, that I've got work to do, as you can tell, as you can see. This is gonna become the machine that is gonna run this desk. Let's go to the BTS shot. Oh, that didn't work. Let's go back to CCK. Now let's go to the BTS shot. So you can see everything on the desk here. Rodecaster Pro, you can see the Mac Mini. That's the Mac Mini there. This is one of the M1 Mac Mini, and I have the Hagbis dock for it. So let me move a little bit. You can see that there. You can see the monitor, video panel, mic. In front of me is the, what's this thing called again? Elgato prompter. You have another monitor over here, and I've got a couple of different mics all connected to the Rodecaster Pro. This is the original Rodecaster Pro, by the way, but this machine is gonna be the new go-to for what we're doing here. So I'm excited about that. Here's top down. Top down don't really show you. I was hoping that it would show a little bit of the Mac Mini. Can I turn it? No. Now you're seeing the Stream Deck. Okay, let me just put that back. All right, but the Mac Mini is here on the desk, and it weird. The Mac Mini is here on the desk, and it has served me extremely well. In fact, I am not getting rid of it. I'm going to repurpose it for some other things that I'm going to be doing here at home. I got a machine downstairs that is dead, not just dying, it is dead. So I'm going to replace it with this, and that's going to just, kind of open up some of the places that I can record, because this machine is still very much a workhorse. So I'm going to put this downstairs where this other machine is. And while it will, serve some of the functions that machine does, this machine will still be able to be used to record things. It works. All right, amazing setup. One day I hope to make space for something like that. Cool. Cool. We're on the road to 10K, Geraldine. We're not quite there yet, but we're on the road, and I'm excited. I'm knocking on the door. I'm knocking on the door. I feel like I put this right here. You guys can see a little bit off to the side here. It's not working. Maybe there. Yeah, right there. Something like that. Whatever. Any other questions for me? I see 16 of you guys are on the live. 18 of you have hit that like button. I want to say a word of thanks to every last one of you that have hit that. The new M4 Mac Mini. Let's go back to our comments screen. We got a comment here. Yeah. So Tracy says 10K. Hitting 10K does feel such a big deal. It feels like a heck. This is getting serious. Yes, I totally agree. 10,000 subscribers is really getting real. Kevin Cox says this new M4 Mac Mini is starting to give me vibes of how much a leap the M1 Mini was. Could not agree with you more, because when I consider all that I'm still able to do with this one, I'm just kind of blown away, and I'm excited to see this and how we put it through its paces. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Now you're showing off. We are all jealous of the little box. I know. But yeah, no, this is going to be amazing. Kevin Cox, man, listen. The M1, when the M1 dropped, it was a game changer. I remember doing a live stream when they came out with Apple Silicon processors, that M1 processor, and I was like, we don't even have language to quantify how fast that machine is running, except by saying how it dwarfs some of our Intel-based processors and what we're able to do with it. Yeah. So that in and of itself was already like mind blown, game changer. But then in addition, you had the M1, then you had the M1 Pro, and then you had the M1 Max. So that family of architecture, when it dropped, it shifted the game. It changed everything. I mean, what we were able to do, what we were able to edit. Even Ecamm, when I was at Ecamm's Creator Camp last month, they told us quite literally the only reason why we're able to do some of the things that we're doing with the product is because of the hardware that is drastically taking such a major jump in such a short amount of time. So I'm excited about it. Ecamm does such a great job of integrating with Apple and utilizing and leveraging and harnessing the power of this new architecture and all of its processing capabilities. So super excited about that and how we can do that. All right. Renegotiation movement has a question here. I'm gonna get that too. I see another question from Richard Martin. So let's get these two questions, and then I'll get out of your way for the day today. Here we go. Richard Martin's first. He says, if I already have a MacBook Pro, do I need the M4? What MacBook Pro do you have? You see, do you have a M4 MacBook Pro? Do you have an M2, M3? Do you have the M1? I have the M1 MacBook Pro with 16 gigs of RAM, and it does a great job. And then now I have to say, it depends on, so which one do you have? And then what do you want it to do? Which one do you have? And what do you want it to do? Because at this point, we're getting to a space where you really have to ask that question. What do you want it to do? Because the M4, Mac Mini, that is actually, it makes the best sense from a price standpoint to purchase that if you're going to buy something new, but it is overkill if you're not really going to do much of anything with it. But I still rather have the overkill than not, if that makes sense. So I was replacing an old machine in my home. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to replace it with, I'm not going to just buy something random. The M4 came out, Mac Mini. So I decided, let me go ahead and look at the pricing. The price on the M4 Mac Mini was better than buying an M2 or M3, or comparable, within $100. In fact, I think I paid less for this than I would have paid for one of the others. So I was like, okay, let me buy the M4. And then instead of replacing the machine that died, I'll replace that machine with this machine that's on my desk, which is, I believe, is still overkill for what I'm going to use it for downstairs. Then I'll put this here because this is even more suited for what I'm doing. So I was in the market for a new machine. You are on a MacBook Pro, and this is not a MacBook Pro. So this is not a Mac. So if you're looking for a laptop capabilities, this is not going to give that to you. And so would you need to buy this? I would say no, depending on what your setup is, depending on what you're working on. So, let me see here. So he says, I have the 2022 M1 MacBook Pro. So I think we both have the same MacBook Pro because I think mine is a 2022 as well. And I do have the 16 gig MacBook Pro. And Tora, if you're asking about the Mac Mini, the base model is 16 gig. It doesn't come anything lower. It doesn't come any lower than 16 gig. The M4 Mac Mini, you can't get it at 8 gig anymore. You can only get it at 16. So yes, that's what I have here. But if you're referring to my MacBook Pro, it is 16 gig as well. The M1 MacBook Pro is what I have. And it sounds like, Richard, me and you have the same laptop. Would I replace that laptop with this Mac Mini? No, because I need a laptop. I would replace the laptop with another laptop. Now, I know you do a lot of content on Instagram and other, vertical video platforms. I don't know what you use to edit them. Maybe you just use your phone. But if you are, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what would be the justification point for you to upgrade. I don't know. I think I'm not upgrading my laptop right now. I think it does fine for what I needed to do. Some of the processing things that I do, the occasional live stream when I'm in the office or on the run or on the go. I'm not here in this space. I can live stream with it using my phone as a camera. So the MacBook Pro is working for me. I do feel some of its limitations when I'm editing video. I do. Especially since I'm now, working with 4K content. And for those that are watching right now, we're streaming in 4K. So I do feel some of its limitations on my MacBook Pro, and we have the same one. But again, I'm editing 4K footage. I don't know what you're using it for. So that's going to be the major determining factor, whether or not, you would need to upgrade. So hopefully that makes sense. And I'm thankful for your question. All right. So that one out of the way, renegotiation movement has been waiting and has been very patient and has actually said, thanks so much for answering. Kirk is always on point. Awesome dude. Thank you so much. So the question is, how do you determine to go live with a story or make a video about it? Live doesn't get everybody to watch. A video sitting on YouTube will. Well, okay. So live, some would argue that live actually becomes a video after the live stream is done. And so now that live stream is a video sitting on YouTube. I don't know. I guess so let me answer it this way. Both strategies work very well. I believe that live, when you do a video live, you have an audience. Like I have a couple of people that are watching right now. 15 people are watching live right now. And what ends up happening is when I finish this live and it is published to YouTube as a video that people will search and find and watch, what they see is that they come across a video that already has maybe 30, 40, 50, sometimes 100 views. What that means to the person who is going to watch it is that there's social proof built in. That means somebody is already there. It's a more daunting task to get somebody to watch a video that has 0 views than it is to watch a video that has a couple of views already, 40 views, 20 views, 18 views, 200 views. When a video already has some views on it, it's like, okay, other people have watched this. Maybe it has some likes. This video now has likes because people have been liking it the whole time. I've got 19 likes on this video. So you have some things that are built in when you take a live video, and then that live video becomes a video sitting on YouTube, to use your terminology, after the fact. So there are some benefits to both. My personal philosophy is simply this, because your question was, how do you determine whether to go live or to make a video with a story? So here's my way of determining this. I believe that your live stream is a continuation of the conversation you started with your video. It's a continuation of a conversation you started with video. Your live stream is a continuation of a conversation you started with your video. So today's live stream, Coaching Corner with Kirk, is a continuation of a conversation I already began with the video I dropped this past Sunday, with a video that I dropped this morning, with a live video that I did yesterday. It's today's conversation. A lot of you are here because we have had some kind of interaction through video form. Maybe you saw a StreamYard video. Maybe you saw an EVMux video. Maybe you saw an Ecamm video. Maybe you had questions. Maybe something in that video helped you. You came to say thank you, or you came because you had further questions from what was shared. And because the video gave you an example of what I do and who I am and what I bring to the table, you came to the live stream because you recognize this person can answer the question. The live stream is a continuation of the conversation you have started. You as the creator have started with your audience by posting a video. So I can take Morning Motivation as an example. Morning Motivation is a live show I do twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there's a portion of that live show that I make into a video. It's the portion of the live show where I play the bumper, and after the bumper is done, I say, today's quote is from so-and-so, and they say, blah, 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 blah. And I give you the quote, I give you my thoughts on the quote, I close it out by saying, and that, my friends, is your morning motivation. I play another bumper video. My video editor clips that thing out. He adds in some things, some dynamics, some pull-ins and pull-outs, adds in B-roll, adds in clips from different movies and memes that just kind of make it fun. And again, in his own words, as he's adding those things, he is trying to respond to what I'm saying by adding those memes and those dynamics into the video. Now, post that video every Wednesday at 6:30 in the morning. Those videos were from a live stream, but now they are a produced video that's sitting on YouTube. Those videos, I had somebody, let me see if I can find this one right now. Here we go. Let me find this comment because this comment was so cool. Boom, 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 boom. Here it is from Nichelle Walker. She says, I wish I saw this live, but was blessed by your outlook and positivity. I was glad to add this to my caregiver's toolbox. Thanks for empowering my life, brother. She's talking about the live version of Morning Motivation. She's not talking about the produced one. So some people are going to catch the live. Some people are going to catch the produced one. The produced one is always shorter, maybe 10 minutes, sometimes maximum 15 minutes. Whereas the live one can go for an hour, maybe half hour, at minimum, hour at max. So you have some benefits, some pros and cons, when it comes on to doing a story as a live or doing a story as a produced video. But the whole point is you're speaking to your audience in a way that allows them to respond, that elicits a response, because it's not supposed to be a closed conversation. It's not a sermon. I'm not preaching to you and then you just receive it and say thank you and walk away. No, I want you to give me feedback. I want you to talk to me in the comment section. I want you to come on Wednesdays at noon for the live show so that I can answer your questions, so that I can hear how that video impacted you, or to hear that video didn't get me across the line at all. That video sucked. So I want to have that conversation ongoing, and I hope that that principle is helpful for you as you kind of navigate between produced and live. I'm a big proponent of live. You can get every type of content that is on the planet from a live show. You cannot get a live show from any other piece of content. This is why I personally believe live content is at the top of the content creator's pyramid. Everything else trickles from there. You can get a quote meme, you can get an audiogram, you can get a podcast, you can get reels and shorts, you can get clips, shorter clips you can post on different other places. You can take the value from your live stream and sprinkle it around the internet like digital confetti. Your live stream can be your cheat code. If you're like me, where the live stream keeps you accountable, a live stream is where, when questions are asked, you know why I love questions when it comes on to live streaming? Because a question like this one, and it forces me to, in the moment, respond like I would if I was sitting and across from you at lunch at our favorite restaurant or whatever it is. It forces me to think about response, because you're not going to have somebody sitting across from you who asks, hey, what should I do, live or produce the video? You're not going to have them sitting there for like an hour. You're going to respond. You're going to come up with what comes to mind naturally is what you're going to respond to them. And most of the time, that natural response that I give is better than if I had time to prepare it. So for me, live is an ultimate cheat code. Live, when I do this for my clients, is where I always build in Q&A, because there's something magical that happens when you're live. Oh gosh, when you're live, your live stream is your digital storefront. No better way to go from busy and broke to peaceful and paid than for your ideal customer, for your ideal audience member to see you do your thing while live. Live puts you in a zone where it can't be faked. And what comes out when somebody asks you a real question, that is the litmus test. That is the differentiator. That is what causes people to drastically cut down the amount of time it takes for them to know, like, and trust you, where they want to do business with you, where they want you to be their coach, where they seek out your advice and your guidance. Why? Because they saw you do it live. They saw you do it in the moment. They saw you do. So there's a whole set of components around live that I absolutely love, but live has its place and produced has its place. We just got to be able to speak the language of the algorithm, the language of serving your audience well. And that will be the ultimate differentiator and determinant of whether you do something as a live video or you do something as a produced video. And I hope that that's helpful. Thank you so much for that question, man. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Let me see what we got. You guys are rolling today. Catching the end, Doc Woods says, I'm catching the end. You see that yellow dot next to Doc Woods' name? That's because he is a member on YouTube, and I love that. Thank you so much for being with us today. M1 Pro Max MVP 16-inch is doing okay for me right now. I might be upgrading soon. I don't even have the Pro Max, David Hunt. So that's you're ahead of the game. That makes sense. Most of my editing is cellular based. I'm building out my YouTube specific content. At some point, I'll use Final Cut Pro more on the laptop. Thanks, Kirk. Hey man, my ultimite pleasure. If as you continue down that journey, please don't hesitate to come through and check in. Ask your questions. We'd love to be able to help to get you across the line in any way we can. I'm about to replace my 2020 M1 Pro laptop that I use for streaming for that mini. I use the 2023 M3 Pro for all my other functions. I'll make the M1 my day job work laptop when I switch it out. Come on. Tora, you're doing the dang thing. I'm jealous because you're getting yet another. You have the M3. I don't even have that. I was using the M1. Both of these are M1s, and I've just been using them. I actually bought this one, the Mac Mini M1, used off of Facebook Market, but it was actually from somebody in the community, somebody that we all know. So excited that I have it. It's been a workhorse. It's been really great for me, but I'm also equally excited that I now have its replacement here, and I'm ready to set it up. Great question and answer. Live can become video. That is correct, Mr. Martin. Great question, and thanks for being here and asking the questions. We love that. Thank you for thanks for your live this morning. Social proof built in. Come on, social proof built in. I think live is good when you want to take Q&A and take care of your community. My lives get little views after, but I think it's good to do as it really connects. That's the point. Live is community-based content. You're not going to get discovered with live. You're going to get discovered with your produced content, your short, 5 minutes, 7-minute videos that are really helping people get across the line, because people are inherently selfish and you want to speak directly to their needs, and provide a ton of value. And so those produced videos is where you get to do that. I don't know that you can do that with live, but I have found a formula that works for me that really enables me to get that same thing from some of my live shows as well. So definitely excited to be able to share some of that. So far, I am thinking a combination, but when to do which? Got it. It caught my eye last night in the analytics that 2 weeks ago, after I turned my morning lives into a podcast, also, they generated 1K additional views and 60 plus subs by doing that. Because people are in YouTube Music searching for content, and YouTube Music is an entire community that you don't have access to if you don't make your content a podcast. If you don't check that box, then it'll stay on YouTube, and that's good, but you don't get access to those who are not in YouTube. They're in YouTube Music, and now YouTube Music is where they are consuming their podcasts. Actually, YouTube Music has surpassed Apple now as the top podcast. So it's surpassed Spotify. So YouTube Music is a ultimate cheat code, and many people are not leveraging it for all it's worth. Live streaming can increase the like, know, and trust. Yes, it drastically cuts down on the time it takes for somebody to know, like, and trust you. Continuation of conversation you started with your video. Yes, sir. Your live stream is a continuation. And I'm gonna say this to you specifically, Richard, as a pastor. This is one of the challenges that our churches face, is that our live streams is the content. It is not the continuation of a conversation. So I don't actually know what you're about. I don't know what you provide. I don't know what value. I don't know who you speak to. And then we go live. And so this is the challenge for many of us, because we don't play by the rules in the faith-based space, but we're wondering why we don't have the same amount of impact, why we don't get the inroads. You don't actually create content. You're just building community. And while that's great, because live is for community building, you've got to have content that's going to help people to discover your channel and then come to your live show. The other thing that we do wrong is that we name our channel stuff like, Kirk Nugent SDA Church, which is utter trash. Anyway, so another thing for another time. In order to take live to produce, the live has to be done with purpose. That's a really critical point. And I want to I hope that was clear. And when I described and defined what I do with my morning motivation lives, there's a bumper and a bumper. And during that time, when I'm delivering the morning motivation for the day, I don't look at comments. I don't look at comments. I keep focused right in on the camera. I deliver as if no one is watching. And then once I've hit that bumper, I then look at comments and I can engage again with the audience. But that is how I try to do it. And you are absolutely correct, Kevin. It must be done with purpose. It must be done with purpose. Kevin, that makes a lot of sense. Tracy is just doing her great work in the chat. Live is how you connect on a personal level with your audience / community. Absolutely. I love live too, Dwayne Wood. You know this. Right. Why are you telling the story? What's your goal and purpose? That's the piece. Alicia has a question. The live morning meditation used to be unlisted. Why did you decide to keep them live? No, they're unlisted. I don't know what you do. They're unlisted. The live version is unlisted. I only keep the ones that, they're unlisted. And unless I mess something up, but they are unlisted. The live version of it, they are unlisted, and there's a playlist of them. If anybody that knows the the link to the playlist, you can get to the playlist anytime you want to. But no, they are unlisted, and I have not. What I do is a 48-hour replay. So today, the live from yesterday is still available, but when I go live tomorrow, I will unlist it, and then the one that I do tomorrow, I'll unlist it on Saturday. It's a 48-hour replay that I'll leave it for, but no, the whole playlist of Morning Motivation Lives are unlisted, yes. So hopefully that, I need to go back and look. Kirk, I think I just had a light bulb moment. I'll make a note for when we do my coaching session. Maybe you can help me get my head clear on it and sort a strategy and plan. I'm looking forward to our session, Tracy. Very much looking forward to our session. For those that don't know, Tracy is a member of Workers Warehouse. She is a member here on YouTube. She has been a contributor in our space, and I'm excited to be able to work with her. Members of the Workers Warehouse get one consultation, one coaching session every year, and we are about to have ours. I'm excited about that. So I'm looking forward to it. If you can't tell, I absolutely love coaching. I really wish I didn't have to charge, because I absolutely love coaching. But I want to use this to be, part of my income generation. So that's why it is what it is. But I'm so excited to be able to meet with you, Tracy. I think it's going to be fun. I love live because I am not an editing fan. Me too. If they miss the live, praise God for the replay. But I'll tell you what, I have learned how to repurpose my lives in a way that allows for my live, even if my live is done as live and I'm talking to the comments like I am now, I can clip those sections out and still have a really good video. Great live. Much thanks. Thanks, Dr. Vibe. Okay, got it. Really awesome channel. Thanks. Renegotiation movement. Thank you for the question. That question really, it gave people insight and perspective on a number of things. So I want to say a word of thanks to you for coming through and asking that question today. Dr. Vibe says, great live. Thanks so much. Thank you so much, sir, for coming through. This is so good. So it's a yes for me to switch to eCam. Camille, come on down. Come on down to the altar. We're making our appeal today. We are making our appeal today. Come on over to eCam. And I just, for those that want to make the switch to eCam, please, by all means, use the link, kirkrnugent.live/eCam. That'll get you a free trial. But more than the link, more than the free trial, even if you've already purchased it, we have resources to help you make the switch. And we can walk that process through with you. There's some things that I teach that really help people to settle into the eCam ecosystem in the best way, because it is different, but different is not a curse word. Different is just different, and different can pull you out of your comfort zone. You see what I did there? I love that. I love that. eCam changed my life. And Outlook, Camille. The software was a bonus. The community is the win. Totally agree, Tora. The community is the win. Yes, Kevin, I agree. My live streams are purposefully produced to serve my audience and reach my business goals. That's the critical piece. You have to have the goal in order for the live stream to help you arrive at the goal, in order for you to craft your live stream intentionally so that it will take you to the goal. That's so well said, Geraldine. I can't thank you enough. I know I'm just so tickled that you're on a cruise right now, but you thought it not robbery to come and hang out with us on the live today. I can't thank you enough. Not to beat the StreamYard horse, I want to cancel my yearly membership, which is set to renew next week, and they offered 40%. Thinking about taking it, or is EVMux just better? Man, this is a hard one, man. I gotta be honest with you, man. The price increase just isn't justifiable. I don't know what 40% puts you at, but maybe 40% drops it right within the range of what EVMux is. And if it is, then of course staying with StreamYard is going to be better. They've got some new features on the horizon that are going to be phenomenal. In terms of web-based streaming platforms, the most feature-rich, function-heavy, and price appropriate, in my opinion, is EVMux. But it has its cons. And I've been in the group I've been trying to provide information in there. They just dropped a new feature that I'm going to be creating a video on. So it is a great platform, but they need to tie up some loose ends. There's some finish. I've been chatting with some of the team members at EVMux as well. It is pound for pound one of the best platforms available, but there are some quirks and some quibbles, some little things that they need to just kind of tighten up. And so, you know, I always want to give that healthy dose of realism as people get ready to make these switches. You're making the switch because the price is prohibitive to stay with StreamYard, is what my assumption is, not because StreamYard is not a good platform. You've been using StreamYard for a long time. Am I right, Doc? So if StreamYard has been working for you, EVMux is a great alternative. I think Restream is probably a more like direct, you're not gonna get anything extra, but it's basically StreamYard and just a different, a different platform. Restream is a lot closer to what StreamYard is, whereas EVMux gives you all these other features. And for some people, we just gotta be honest with ourselves. We're not gonna use those features. You're just, you're used to what you're doing in StreamYard, and so now making that switch to EVMux, it's good because it does have the dynamic scene, which basically is StreamYard in a box. But there are some functions and features that StreamYard has added that, it's gonna be difficult to beat. Number one. Number two, there is a stability. I don't know. There's just the pros and cons to each, but yes, EVMux checks those boxes, and it will future-proof you going forward. Just get ready to work through that transition. It's going to be an uncomfortable space, and that's what we've been talking about here for the last couple of weeks is getting uncomfortable. So don't let the uncomfortable piece throw you off, but I also don't want to have you make a shift and realize like, man, I should have just taken the 40% discount because it's comparable. StreamYard is rolling out scenes within, like, before the end of the month, they're rolling out scenes, and that's gonna basically make them comparable to what EVMux currently has in a lot of ways. But then, there's the way that they implemented it, and of course the price. The price is the big differentiator, and so the price is what I can no longer recommend for StreamYard. I just cannot recommend that. I don't feel that what they've added warrants the price increase. That said, I have never had as many affiliate sales of StreamYard than I have had these past few months. So go figure, right? There are new people who are coming in, they're seeing what StreamYard has to offer, and they're like, I never knew what the old price was, so sign me up. So there is that component as well. I know I'm taking way longer than I need to, but I want to make sure you understand where I stand on this. I think the two platforms are really comparable. EVMux just don't. The reason why we're at this space, we just got to be honest, is because StreamYard raised the price. If StreamYard and EVMux had the same price, which would I recommend? I would probably recommend StreamYard. So it's a pricing issue. If somebody said to me, which streaming software should I go for? I tell you to go for Ecamm. I tell you to grab one of these and get Ecamm, because Ecamm is far and above everything else. But if you are a web-based person, you're not a Mac person, now you're in that game. Restream, EVMux, StreamYard, Riverside FM, OneStream Live. There's a bunch of them. You got to figure out which one's going to work best for you. And if pricing wasn't an issue, which one would you select? If that answer is still StreamYard, now you've got to start saying, okay, with the 40% discount, does that put it in a range that it makes it worth it, at least for me to be able to do this for one more year and then try to figure out what I'm going to do after that? Hopefully that makes sense, Doc Bashar. I know that you're in the value of decision. I wanted to give you as much insight and perspective as I can on that. Doc Wood says, went live last night with an unscheduled show to share a part of my day with my audience. It was raw and real. Loved it. Come on. I love that. Doc Wood is a member on the channel as well. Thank you so much for being with us. Or is Evie Mucks the new champ? I hope that I answered the question, Doc Bashara. KNSDA. Say it again. Stop it, people. Just stop it. Stop it. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. How do you stay out of your own way? David Hunt. David Hunt. That's such a serious question. Oh, no, there's no confusion, Alicia. Don't, no need for apologies. But I wanted to, I'm going to go back and check, because it's very possible that I may have hit something and unchecked something and made them all available, but they should be unlisted. There's no need for apology, though. We're excited that you're here with us today. Okay, man, the questions are piling up. This always happens. You guys always do this. You always do this. All right, cool. All right, so David Hunt says, how do you stay out of your own way? Quick answer to that is, when you have the negative thought, let it go. That's my answer. When the negative thought comes, whatever the negative thought is, I'm not going to quantify that. And the negative thought is actually what's causing, is what's making you the blocker, making you the blockade in your own way. Just let it go. And just think of your conscience as a stream, and that thought, every thought, is a leaf on the stream. When the negative thought comes, you see it, you let it go. And as it goes, replace it with a positive one. Negative thought, example. Nobody's going to like this video. Don't grab it. Don't interrogate it. Don't go down the rabbit hole. See it. Don't even acknowledge it, but visualize it going. And then after it's gone, replace it with a positive thought. Even if it's just for one person, I'm putting this video out. That is what I have found to be a systematic way to get out of your own way. It's that internal dialogue, and it is like a muscle. You will have to train yourself to stop berating yourself. We are our own worst critics. This is psychologically proven. What others are saying of us, we always say worse. We always say worse. Talk to some of the biggest stars on the planet, people who have done things that we could only dream about. And they'll tell the outlook, the internal dialogue is so toxic. Some of them end up even committing suicide. And you wonder, like, how could somebody who's in that, they've never trained themselves to get out of their own way. They've never practiced good self-internal dialogue. And it will choke you. It will choke you, because here's the critical piece. If you have good internal dialogue, it doesn't matter what anybody else says. Oh gosh. It doesn't matter what I say to try to motivate you. If your internal dialogue is already solid, it won't matter what I have to say. I'm going to leave that question alone. There's so much more there. This is like a whole masterclass in and of itself. This is a whole coaching session by itself, David Hunt, and I thank you for asking it. Is anybody hooked up with artists in the YouTube music to play their music and drive views partnerships? I have not done that renegotiation movement, but that's a good question. Hopefully everybody else in the chat can chime in and answer. What's the purpose in making the live unlisted? Because I have the produced video coming out, I don't want both videos publicly available on my channel. That's the only reason. The live show that I'm doing for Morning Motivation is my hack to actually maintain consistency, to sit down, write out the notes, and record it. I found that going live helps me to be consistent. I actually have now I'm coming up on 90 or so episodes. I was only aiming for 52 so that I could get through the calendar year every Wednesday in the year 2024. But now I'm almost doubling that. It's before the end of the year, I will have enough for all of 2025. And so it is my hack to maintain consistency so that that show that I produce and podcast, by the way, because it is a podcast too, that releases every Wednesday at 6:30 a.m. and I don't want both videos to be available publicly on the channel. So hopefully that makes sense, Kevin Cox. Thank you for the question. I think that's it. It'll be worth every penny. I see connection with you and the warehouse as an investment and as new friendships. I'm humbled and honored by that comment, Tracy. I truly, 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 genuinely believe the same. I genuinely believe the same. Thank you so much. Check out Ecamm if you can. The altar call is given. The water is open. 1 by water, 2 by 2 coffee. Tora, you got no sense. I love it though, but you got no sense. I wish Ecamm was available for PC. I'm a million miles from swapping from my insanely expensive gaming laptop. No, I totally understand. Thank you for the encouragement, Just Tora. Wow, love this community. Absolutely. Absolutely. StreamYard price increase wasn't justifiable for me. Mine went up 120%. The way they handled it too, I have lost all trust in them. So even if they fix the price, I doubt I'd go back. I totally agree with that too. So and again, this is the decision matrix for everybody slightly different. And that's why I said if the only reason why you're in the marketplace right now is because they raised the price, then you've got to now consider. But as Tracy said, her reasoning is not actually just for the price. It's the way they handled it. They did not take into consideration people who had been supporting this platform for years. They just kicked us all out and said, you are all on a new pricing plan, figure it out yourselves. And that's bad business, and that's why a lot of people have dumped them. Notice every content creator that StreamYard was working with, they're all gone. They're no longer creating content for StreamYard anymore because of these baffling missteps that they've made, and it just kind of speaks to who they are, and it's just ridiculous. I would highly recommend looking into a used M series Mac Mini if it's strictly just a streaming machine. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love scenes and restream. Yes. David Hunt, Kirk is going to dock your pay. He said 7 minutes left in the show, 17 minutes ago. You keeping him on track? I'm not. He's not keeping me on track. He's not keeping me on track. He's not keeping me on track. I fought against Mac for years. Now I can't get off. I can't wait to get off my Windows machine at the end of the workday and back on my Macs. Hey, it is what it is. But I will say that I'm an IT guy by trade and training. I know Windows like the back of my hand. I actually have used every single one that there is. Hey guys, I actually have to answer this call. So sorry. Hold on a second. Hey Dad. Yeah. Good. I'm actually finishing up a live show. Did you get the car? Okay. No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure because they would require the insurance. Okay. All right. Let me call you right back. You're you're at the Airbnb now. All right. Good. Okay. Perfect. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Don't usually do that, but when you got family members traveling internationally and they call when they arrive, you got to be able to grab that thing. But yes, I will say I love Windows, Windows for years, but I also recognize that as I was changing careers, I was leaving out of the information technology career and going into be a content creator. I recognize that there is a language, there is a as I wanted to work and collab with other creators, there's just so many different things that I needed to learn. And by and large, the creator community, the media and video production community is heavy Mac. So there was conversations I was just not able to be part of because I wasn't doing certain things. So I intentionally have kept my foot in all the worlds. I have a Chromebook, or actually it's a Pixel book. I have a Windows machine. I have a Mac. So I have all of the different worlds, but for this particular world, I knew that Mac was going to be the thing that I would be using the most. So it is what it is. All right. Okay. One way I get out of my own way is by announcing my goals and intentions to a group that I am accountable to and therefore can't drop the ball. Totally agree. That's a great one. That's a great one. Thank you so much. That's a great one. StreamYarders Unite. Canva back down for the United Communal. After the United Communal stood up and said, no way. Unite and say no way. I could not agree more. Canva did step back. They were like, oh snap. The people are going to riot and they're going to leave us. So that's what's up. Hey, Dad. Everybody's saying, hey, Dad. I love it. You got people traveling internationally and they arrive to call you and say, hey, we made it. You gotta take that call. You gotta take that call. Oh my gosh. I could not agree more. That's a great hack. Accountability partner is a hack on steroids. And in fact, that's exactly what the Workers Warehouse is all about. David Hunt, since you're the one that asked that question, that's what the Workers Warehouse is all about. Is that we've created a community of creators from different disciplines and niches and expertise, but each of us is trying to be successful in our own lane and in our own space. And what brings us together is that accountability piece. I want to see every person that's a subscriber of this channel actually succeed in achieving their goals. I want to see every last one of them succeed. But in the Workers Warehouse, that membership enables me to pour in a way that I cannot do for free. I just can't do for free. That's just the long and short of it. So I'm excited about that. Y'all, I'm going to roll. This has been an amazing coaching corner. We went almost a full hour over our time, but it was worth every second of it, in my opinion. 19 of you guys are on the live. 22 hit that like button. I want to say a word of thanks to all of you for being with us today. This space would not be what it was or what it is if you did not come through, if you did not hang out, if you didn't ask your questions. And so I want to say a word of thanks to you for that. I want to make it clear, man, I'm putting this is my digital card on screen right now. This is going to get you to a page that will give you all of my details. You can book a discovery call. You can check out some of the different things. I actually haven't looked at this in a while. Let's actually look at it myself. But some course content is there, graphics is there, all the different things. So if you want to engage with us further, I would highly encourage you scanning that joint right now. My moderators can put it in the chat. It's just kirkarnugent.com/card. But it'll get you can book a meeting. You can learn more about hiring us as a remote producer. You can send us an email message. You can give us a phone call. If we've helped in any way, we'll show you some ways that you can give back by either becoming a member on YouTube or just, some people, the whole buy me a coffee method. It's like, I just want to say thanks in a tangible way. We have that on the site as well. Consider live video coaching, join Workers Warehouse community, 31 live streaming tips to grow and engage your audience, 5 live show graphics and packages, take a master class, Why I Go Live podcast. It's all here. It's all here on the page. Would love for you to be able to check that out. Just wanted to kind of showcase that, highlight that for you today. Just as a means of, let me put it back up. Just as a means of you having some other ways to further engage. The extra hour allowed me to hang out for a bit. Love it, and catching you live again. Kevin Cox, can't thank you enough for coming through. Love that. We understand, Kirk, things worth having are worth paying for. Absolutely. 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 So this is the QR code if you want to engage at a deeper level, a little bit further. But if you just want to rock with us on YouTube, we love that too. And we can't thank you enough for coming and hanging out today. 21 of you on the live, and another a couple more people hit the like button. 24 now. This is absolutely amazing. Listen, Kevin Cox says, has everyone remembered to make sure to hit that the like button. I don't know how comments come up when I put them here. Oh, it comes up over there. I don't like that. I like it like this. All right, so we'll put it right there. All right, cool. Has everyone remembered to hit that like button? Eddie, the original one, says, stay blessed, brother. Blessings to you as well. I have a video premiering in an hour, so this was great bit of positivity beforehand. Absolutely. Y'all be safe. Have a blessed day. Enjoy it. Be intentional. Get out of your own comfort zone. I want to end right where we started by sharing this quote by Dale Carnegie, and it says, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. That's where fear and doubt get a chance to clobber you. Rather, go out, get busy, take action. It's your boy Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher. Thankful for your time and attention today. We will see you around these internet streets or in the next video. Rest in peace, fam.